A very good morning to one and all. This is Dr. Pranay Durke, and I am here to deliver the lecture on the topic the joints, veins, and lineaments. So today's topic is a part of your elementary physical and structural geology paper. So now we are going to start the lecture for today. So basically joints are nothing but a planar structure. Joints are nothing but a planar structure and simply known as a crack along a bedrock without a displacement. Here you have a word very specifically mentioned without displacement. What does it mean? That the fracture, whatever the fracture which is developed in your bedrock, that fracture is without a displacement. Means bedrock is not displaced to the another plate. So why it is a given that because the another one structure which is called as a fault. The definition for a fault is a definition is a fault is a fracture with measurable displacement. A fracture with a measurable displacement, and that is known as your fault. So joints and faults is the two things which looking a similar, but having a very small difference, and that difference makes the story and makes a bifurcate or your discrimination between these two. What joints and fault. So if we go by the definition, joints is a fracture without a measurable shear displacement. Joints is a fracture without measurable shear displacement, whereas fault is a fracture with measurable displacement. Joint is a fracture without measurable displacement, and fault is a fracture with measurable displacement. So, what kind of parameter we use to differentiate a different kind of joints? Now we know the joints is nothing but a fracture developed in a surface or in a rock, a bedrock, without a displacement. Without a displacement. So here you have a rock which is specifically at a one place only, whereas in a fault you have a displacement. So what kind of parameter we use generally to describe the different kind of fault, different kind of joints? What kind of that parameters are? The parameters are strike direction of joints, strike direction of joints, amount of deep of joints, amount of deep of joint, how much degree it has been deep. Then the direction. So strike direction, deep direction, and amount of deep. This is a three parameter which is used to describe, which is used to differentiate between the different kind of fault. So this is a simple image or simple photograph which suggesting the a direction, a strike direction of the for your joint. So you can have this. This is a joints. So what is the how much? What is the direction of this strike? Is you have to note down what is the direction of that. If this is an arrow is such a way that the direction of joints is a direction of joints is a northern side. Okay, so then you have a deep direction of a joint. A deep direction means on which side it is deepened. The strike is nothing but the orientation, or but deep direction is obviously the joints are not uniformly at a horizontal layer. It is not like that. You have a deep direction. So, and then the next is plunging. Plunging means how much it can be inclined, how much it can be inclined or declined. So basically, we classify on the basis of three different parameter. We classify the joints on the basis of three different parameter, and the three different parameters are spatial relationship, geometry, and genesis. A spatial geometry, uh, genesis, and your uh, geometry, genesis, and spatial relationship. Well, that's a minute. So this is how we classify the joints. So what is a spatial relationship? Spatial relationship is nothing but the you have a different joints. You have a different joints, and different joints can be used differently. Different joints can be used differently with their specific orientation. With their specific orientation. So the orientation of the joints is a very important, and that is useful for the classification. That is useful for the classification of your uh, joints. So spatial relationship, second one is a geometry. Spatial relationship, second one is a geometry of the your uh, joints. So here I am explaining you in using this whiteboard. Just a minute. Give me 1 minute. So we will use the whiteboard to, so you have a three different type of. So what is the spatial relationship? Systematic and non-systematic. You have a systematic and non-systematic. Now we will see what is the systematic one, what is the non-systematic. So now joints is just like this fractures. Joint is just like this fractures. So when this fracture is runs parallel, so when this run parallel to each other or is having some pattern in it, when it's run parallel and having a pattern in it, so this joint is known as the your this joint is known as the systematic joints. It is known as systematics systematic joints. Okay. So next one is the non-systematic. So what is the non-systematic? When your joint is a irregular one, it's not having any specific direction like this one and this. So you don't have any direction or any pattern you can see on form in this one. So this kind of structure is known as non-systematic joints. Non-systematic, non-systematic joints. So this is a two different kind of joints, which is classified on the basis purely on the basis of their pattern or a spatial relationship between the two joints. Okay, so you have a joint, systematic joints and non-systematic joints. What is the next? Next is Then you have a strike, deep, and oblique joint. Strike, deep, and oblique joint. So you have a strike. This is the direction of the your joint. This is the direction of your joint. This one is known as strike joint. This one is known as strike joints. Coming back to our main lecture, so this is how you differentiate between systematic joint and non-systematic joint. Then based on the geometry, you have a geometrical classification based on the attitude of the joint bed. You have a systematic classification based on the geometrical classification of the joint. Accordingly, there are three type of joints. There are three type of joints: oblique joint, strike joint, and bedding joint. Strike joint, bedding joint, and oblique joint. So strike joint are those joint which strike of the joint is parallel to the strike of the bed. So here you have a again I am going to this one. So I will clear the frame. Now you have a three different type of joints on the basis of geometry. Strike joint. What is mean by strike joints? Strike joint is nothing but this is your bed. If your bed is having a this direction, strike direction of your bed is like this. So this is a strike direction. Then you can have your joint. So if your joint is parallel to this strike direction, if your joint is just a parallel to the strike direction, this one is known as a strike joint. This one is known as strike joint. Okay. Then you have a bedding joint. Then you have a bedding joint. So if you have a bedding plane, if you have a bedding plane like this is your bedding planes. This is your bedding planes, beds. So these beds are nothing but the beds or deposited beds. So these beddings are nothing but the, or we can see the bedding. These beddings are known as the this joints is known as the bedding joints. This known as the bedding joints. Then you have oblique joints. So if the joints which is fall in the category neither in this type nor in a strike, the resultant or the remaining one is known as the oblique joint. Remaining is known as the oblique joint. So this is what you have: a strike joint, oblique joint, and your strike joint, oblique joint, and your uh, bedding joints. This is a fracture trace, fracture deep, fracture front. So coil shape fracture. So this is a fractures which is developed, and whenever the fracture is developed, it's not like that the fracture is just only on a surface. It is having some significant in a subsurface also. And this is your joints in some of the renowned joint. You can see there is a no displacement. The main thing is come first. There is a no displacement in a true block. There is no displacement in a true block. Now, so what the joint is all about? Joint is history of stress and strain in the region. So why the joints has been developed in some region? A fracture. Why the fracture has been developed? The fracture has been developed because of there is a some subsurface activity. There should be a some subsurface activity. That subsurface activity is known as, or this subsurface activity is considered as a factor which is responsible for the this kind of joints or this kind of fracture. Understand? So you have a joints which indicated the regional geology. The joint is always indicated the regional geology, how and why, how the regional plate tectonics and all these things can be happen, fold, fault, and all. This is some of the example joints. Now, what does it actually happen? How it does actually happen? So you have a pressure, and you are surviving with the pressure. When we are talking about this spring, so due to the elasticity, it gets stretched. It gets stretched at the level maximum. Whatever their limits are there, they are stretched this one. But after the stretching, to one point you can have a break in that spring. You have a break in the spring. So break in the spring is nothing but the known as the fracture. So that break, when that break is having a break is there, and you don't have any displacement, that is known as fracture. That is known as fracture. So elasticity and fracture is the two things which can be useful. So this is a hexagonal or something like structure. You have crack in middle with this one. Now you can see this picture that when we are pulling apart two different type of things, you are maybe that cracks is mostly irregular. But if you it's cut by the some instrument like scissor and all, maybe your this one is a more good or more things are happen. This is a cracks, and then you have a joints. It is a fracture with displacement. Joint is nothing but the fracture without displacement. So there are tensile fracture that form 1 to delta 13, 3 and to the principal pair, that is contained 1. Joint they are forming during the mode 1 loop. So you have a joint that is not displaced to the another place. So you can see this is a very good model about the joints. A very good joints account joints your this one, and you can easily see the difference between joints and fault. How in joints you can see there is just a opening up. There is a opening up, whereas in a fault you have a relative displacement and the space are get occupied. Then you have a tensile mode cracks, shear mode cracks. This is the two different kind of cracks which is available. Then you have a surface morphology of joints. Then you have a surface morphology of joints is a when the joints is a smooth one. The plumb structure is formed in a fine grained rock, but might not be seen obviously in very coarse grained rock like conglomerate and unite. Then you have characteristic of joint arrays. Then you have characteristic of joint array. Systematic joints are group of joints that are parallel or subparallel to the one another and have the same spacing. So systematic we already study and know about that. The systematic joints are the group of joints that are parallel or subparallel to the one another and have the same spacing. Have the same spacing. This is a non-systematic joints. Why it is called a non-systematic? Because there is a no pattern. If you can see, there is a no pattern in the any of the fault. So that's why it is called as a non-systematic joints. That's why it is called as a non-systematic joints. Now you have one more aspect. One more aspect is joint set and joint system. This is very important. Uh, a very important set of this one. So what is the joint set? What is the joint set? Two or more joint set group of a systematic joint intersect each other to form a joint system. So when you have more than one joint, that joint is known as a joint set, or the combination of this different one is known as joint set. Whereas joint system is when you have a more joint set. When you have a more joint set intersect each other is known as joint system. When two or more joint set intersect each other is known as joint system. The angle between the two joint set in a joint system is a different dihedral uh, dihedral angle. This one, if there is an angle between the two joint set, is known as a dihedral angle. Orthogonal system where the two joint sets are perpendicularly meet. When two joint set like what I can show you. The like what this is a one joint set and this is another joint set. So if this one is meet at a 90 degrees Celsius angle exactly, this one is known as a orthogonal system. When your joint is meet to each other at 90 degrees Celsius is known as the orthogonal system. Then you have a conjugate system. What is the conjugate system is all about? Conjugate system is a dihedral system, and when the angle is 60 degrees Celsius. When the angle is 60 degrees Celsius, this one is known as conjugate system. The through going joints are master joints and our short joints are the cross joints. So this one is the pictures which you can easily identify the different kind of joints. You can easily identify different kind of joints. You have orthogonal chord joints. So if you can see the orthogonal joints, these all are these are the orthogonal joints. What does the orthogonal joints is all about? When you have this one joint and one joint get your meet at a 90 degrees Celsius, a 90-degree angle, that is your orthogonal. Conjugate, when you have at 60 degrees Celsius. Then you have a sigmoidal joint. Then you have a columnar joint. So different kind of joints are there, and different kinds of joints are very important to study which kind of joints and what is the condition in which that joint has been formed. So you have a different kind of joints which form in a different condition, different factors responsible for that. Within the folded sedimentary rock, three main sets of joints are common. Three main sets of joints are common in this one: the strike parallel joint, cross strike joints, and the angle between 60 to 90 degrees Celsius of the to the bedding strike. Then you have a joint hanging around the maximum. So ductility means you have a part of the broken one. This is the joints. This is the columnar joint, mostly formed in a basalt. In Satpura range, you have more this columnar basalt there. Columnar joints are there. So it is formed in a hyperbasal intrusive igneous rock bodies and lava. So this is a columnar joint. Is always just like a columns, just like a column, one column, another column. So you have columnar joints at the form at the intrusive igneous rock. Form when the intrusive igneous rock are there. So joints are spacing are depending upon their four parameter. One is bed thickness, steepness, strain, and tensile stress. Bed thickness, steepness, strain, and tensile strength. So this is a four parameter. So relation between the joint spacing and lithology, steeper bed have a smaller joint spacing because stress is larger in a steeper bed under the same strain. Then you have a relation between the joint spacing and the magnitude of extensional strain. The relationship between the joint spacing and the magnitude of extensional strain. A bed that has been stretched more than contain and more joints than the beds has been stretches less, more stretches bed develop more closely to the this one. So why we the most important thing question is why we do we study the joints? Why we do study the joints? Because for engineering, hydrological, mining, paleostress field, and geometrical study. So when you have a joints at some place, not good for ideal for the engineering side. Like you have bridges, you have a tank, water tank, and many more, which is associated with this topic. So you cannot say that area is just by seeing on images or something like that. The area is good. You have to do the geological geoengineering uh, geoengineering consideration, and you have to take care of this all whether the joint is there, what kind of joints is there. If the joint is present in a basin or a lake or some projects are there, bigger projects are like Bhakra Nangar and this one. If there is a joints, this one is a very dangerous because all the water can get percolate from these joints if the joints is big. So, engineering point of view, then you have a hydrological point of view. If there is a joints, the joints the water can come and go from the joints. The main characteristic of joint sets in the field are surface morphology of the joints planning, any structural fracture superimposed on a joint, dimension of the joints, joint spacing, and density in a outcrop. So this is a different kind of the joints, dimension, joint spacing, and this one is dealing with the field data about the joint. So when you have a joint, the field studies must be can be there or operated. So you have an inventory method. What is mean by inventory method? Inventory method is nothing but the all measurement of the joint, define as a representative region and do all the measurable on the joints. Selection method. A selection method is used to define a systematic sets of joints. But the advantage of this joint is very, it needs very careful on observation on the different set of joints, restricted with few sets, restricted with the few set without taking a consideration of all the joint set. May miss important joint set. There are four different ways: plot the strike and the deep of the joint sets in a hydrological geological map, and drawing represented joint trajectories on the map. So different ways to study the joints. This is a way of representing the joint array. So next is when. Next is when. So you study about till now we study about the between the joints and chord. What classification has been done in order to classify this one in a different format. Then you have a quartz, calcite, and gypsum. Then you have quartz, calcite, and gypsum, which is form the most common vein field. But other minerals do occur in veins, including numerous ore minerals such as gold, silver, copper, zeolite, and chlorite. This is on the okay. So you have a copper, zeolite, chlorite, and this one as a vein material. Then you have a lineament. Then you have a lineament. Lineament is nothing but a regional scale linear fracture. A regional scale linear factor is recognized on the aerial photographs, satellite image, and topographic map. This all is having a lineament marks in their study. So most lineaments are the geomorphological manifestation joints. So this is about your all the fundamental of the joints, what the joint is all about, and what is the need of the study of joint. Because the in an engineering sector and all, you have to firstly uh, give this all answer. So this is a your longitudinal cracks. Joint is a nothing but a fracture displacement. So this is all about the fracture, joints, and lineaments. So joint cut relationship with single or many beds on entire outcrop reflect the photophysical characteristic of the bedrock. Dealing with the field data about the joints. Field survey for the joint can be carried out in a two-way inventory method and selection method. So inventory method is defined as the representative region and do all the measurement on the joints. Selection method used to define the systematic set of. This is a rope diagram where you can study or calculate the fracture and all this one using the different formula. So this is your MCQ question. You can read this one. You can read this one. This is your 10 question. And if you have any difficulty, you can ask in a classroom. You can ask in a classroom. The first question is joint which run in a direction that is lie between the strike and deep and direction of the. So this one is known as the deep. So you have to calculate or you have to give the answer. I'm not going to tell you. On the basis of origin, joint may classify into on the basis of origin, how they are originated. Two, three, four, five. Then you have fifth question, which is shear joint occur in a two set of internet. So this all we are already covered. The qualification in which not considered under the study of this one. The type of in of which we can we measure or map easily is a joints running parallel to the hinge line is called as a hinge joints maybe. Tenth question also given in your is weekly or your panel also you can find these lectures. So this is about the joints, how the joints has been identified, what is the difference between the joints and fault, and fault also. Fault is nothing but a zigzag like structure formed by the some tensional and this pressure compressional forces. So uh, likewise you have this one. So the when you visited to the field, when you visited to the field, you first identify the cracks. So identification of this joint is very important for the study. So when we are visited to the any site, you can have your basic knowledge about the area that whether the volcanism, whether this other activity has been done there. So if you have your this one, you can have a good idea as far as the joints are concerned. It is mostly found in a drift basins or basin, or you can have a Himalaya and this all. So you have a different kind of uh, you can have a different kind of photograph which you can easily see the geometry or the geometry of the. This is also an example of joints. This is also an example of joints when you have joints, and this joints is this is also one of the example for joints. This is also one of the example of the joints is look like. This is also one of the photograph for the joint. So here you can see there is a different kind of image is taken for the joints. So Plumses structure is nothing but when you have along the joint plane form of fine grained rock, when you have plane, plane forms in a fine grained rock, that is shale, sediment, sandstone, chalk, and basin. So that will be might be a good option for them, or it is called as a smooth structure, plumose structure, a plumose structure under the joint plane, which is under the joint plane formed in a fine grained rock. So, so the plumose structure is nothing but when you have a shale, siltstone, sandstone, and some impression is there about the this one. So along the joint plane, it get fine grained rock, and fine grained rock is take or you can say the it reflect the upper side and this is what your chromosis structure is all about. This is, I think, Verun. Now, this is what the type of chromosis structure. So, if you have a different types as your own, also you can add some different template. And this videos has been already shared with you. This is a joint fanning ground fold. So different kind of strikes and joints are there. So joint fanning around the maximum futility difficulty. This one is all are the joints. Columnar joint is the best example. Is in I will show you. There is a many side. You can have a pillar like structure. You can have a pillar like structure in the shops. That is known as your this. So pillar shape, this all are there. So relation between the joint spacing and magnitude of extension strain. A bed that has been stretched more contain more joints than the best that has been stretched loss. Most joint bed develop more closely approach speedy space for this one. For the today's lecture. Now we have a fault. We already done the fault, different kind of fold. So fault and fold, and now it's a joints done. So joints and fold and faults are different things having a different characteristic, and this one all. So this is how the confusions are there. Hope you enjoy this or understand all the concept or all the things during the lecture. If you have any problem or any issue or any question regarding this lecture, you can ask on the mail or on telephone. So thank you for listening this video. Um, thank you all.